Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving into something pretty cool. An AI tool called Lika. It's being called like an AI video producer.
Yeah. You give it raw footage and it turns it into a polished presentation.
Really? So
Yeah.
so like it takes like screen recordings and makes them, watchable.
Yeah. Imagine product teams, they have tons of screenshots and screen recordings,
Yeah.
but they need something engaging to, really showcase their product.
Oh, I see. And video is definitely the best way to do that these days.
Right. But the thing is, video production can be a pain, expensive too.
Yeah, for sure. Like hiring videographers and editors.
A lot for startups to manage.
Yeah, and they miss out because, video is so important for explaining things to users and for like demos and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where Lika comes in. What's the deal with this tool?
Well, it takes all those screen recordings, all
Yeah.
those like messy product demos,
Yeah.
and turns them into professional videos. Like imagine transitions, background music, even narration,
All done by AI.
all done by AI.
So you're telling me no more learning complicated editing software.
That's the idea. They're really targeting people who need those high quality videos, but,
Mhm.
maybe aren't video editors themselves.
Makes sense. That's a lot of people these days.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so who are the people behind this?
So the founders are Priya Kalyaraman and Pravanchi Mehta,
Okay.
and they have some serious background. We're talking Microsoft, Snap, Waymo.
Wow, those are big names.
Yeah, Kalyaraman actually worked on AI for PowerPoint and Microsoft Designer.
Oh, wow, so she knows her stuff.
She definitely knows AI.
Yeah. So did they always want to start a company together?
So they met through a friend, and it turns out they both loved video storytelling, but they saw how bad the tools were.
I feel that.
You know, to the classic startup story, they found a problem and built the solution.
And it looks like investors are on board too. $4 million in seed funding.
That's right, led by Excel and some other impressive names, like the CEO of Replit.
Wow. Okay, so why are investors so excited about this? What's the big deal here?
Well, Aditya Agarwal, he's a managing partner at South Park Commons.
Okay.
He talked about how teams rely on documents and slides, which are fine, but they lack that human touch you get with video.
Yeah, but video has always been this like beast to create.
Yeah.
Too expensive, too time consuming.
Exactly. And Leak is trying to change that.
So it's not just making videos, it's changing how we communicate.
That's a good way to put it.
Okay, enough teasing.
But
How does this thing actually work?
they use a two-pronged AI approach.
Right.
So there's an orchestrator model, which handles the overall flow of the presentation,
Okay.
and a separate layout generator for the visuals.
So I'm picturing someone uploading like a screen recording of a new app. What happens then?
So Lika analyzes that recording, finds the important moments, and then it starts to add things, like transitions, background music, even captions if you want them.
Wait, so I can tell it what kind of video I want?
Yeah.
Like make this a tutorial or make it sound like those Gen Z influencers is explaining it.
Exactly. They have a really user-friendly prompting system, so you can guide the AI without needing to be an expert.
This is blowing my mind a little bit. It's like those AI image generators but for video.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah. Are they using just any AI or is there something special about it?
They're actually using a mix of open source models and some proprietary stuff they've developed.
Oh, wow. So it's pretty high tech under the hood.
Definitely.
Okay. But does it actually look good? Because AI can be a little hit or miss with aesthetics.
This is where Lika really shines.
Yeah.
They've made design a priority from the start. So the final video is polished, visually appealing.
Even if I upload something completely weird, like with clashing colors and strange fonts, can Lika handle that?
From what I've seen, it can. The AI seems to have a good eye.
It's like having a design consultant working with the AI.
I like that.
Okay, so last question before we move on. Who is Lika really for? Is this just for tech companies?
Well, they're focusing on product teams, customer success, and sales teams.
Yeah.
But honestly,
yeah.
I think anyone who needs to create engaging videos quickly and affordably could use it.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful stuff. Okay, we've covered a lot in this first part.
We have.
In part 2, we'll dive even deeper into Lika's features, and we'll talk about its potential impact and what it all means for the future of content creation.
Sounds good. Okay, so we were talking about how Lika is different from other tools out there.
Yeah.
You got things like Zoom and Loom for screen recording,
Yeah,
and then those AI avatar companies.
like DID and Synthesia. Those are the ones that come to mind.
Yeah, exactly. But Lika's doing something different.
Right. It's not just recording or putting some AI face on a video. It's like that whole process of taking the raw footage and making it, Good.
Exactly. And another thing that's cool is that it's built for collaboration. So you can have multiple people working on a video,
Yeah.
sharing feedback, making edits.
Oh, that's a game changer for teams.
Yeah, especially in like a fast-paced startup.
For sure. Okay, let's talk about pricing. I know they have a free tier, right?
Yeah, they do. For basic use, it's great for individuals or small teams just to try it out.
Smart move. Let people see what it can do. What about the paid version?
So it's $49 a month for their premium tier.
Okay.
And that gives you unlimited videos, all the advanced features. And honestly, when you compare that to traditional video production, it's a steal.
It's like the difference between hiring a chef and having some super smart kitchen appliance.
I love that analogy. And here's something else. Lika isn't stopping at just being a video production tool. They have big plans.
Okay. I'm intrigued. What are they thinking?
They want to expand into all kinds of video formats, like marketing materials, presentations, social media content, even investor pitches.
Wow. So they basically want to be the platform for any business video.
Pretty much.
That's ambitious. Can they pull it off?
Well, I mean, they've already disrupted things with this initial product.
Yeah.
We have a great team, the funding, and they understand the problem they're solving. So I wouldn't bet against them.
Fair enough. Okay, let's zoom out for a minute. We're seeing so many AI tools popping up these days. What does Lika tell us about the future of content creation?
I think it shows that those barriers to entry are getting lower. Tools that used to be only for big companies with big budgets are becoming available to everyone.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. It levels the playing field.
Exactly. And it could lead to this burst of creativity. Imagine anyone with an idea can just make a high-quality video to share it.
I mean, that's powerful. But we have to talk about the elephant in the room. What about AI taking jobs, especially creative jobs?
Yeah, it's a valid concern. But I think the key is to remember that AI is a tool.
Right.
It's not replacing human creativity. It's like enhancing it.
Lika isn't getting rid of video editors. It's giving them superpowers.
Right. They can focus on the creative stuff while the AI handles the tedious parts.
So it's like having a team of virtual assistants working for you in the background.
Exactly. So maybe instead of being afraid of AI, we should be thinking about how to use it to our advantage.
I like that. AI is changing things whether we like it or not, so we might as well learn to work with it.
Exactly.
Okay, so here's the big question. What happens when AI gets so good that it can make videos that are indistinguishable from human-made ones?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right.
We're not there yet,
Right.
but it's definitely something to think about.
Yeah. Like, will we even care if a video was made by AI, if it's good, if it's entertaining and informative?
That's a deep question. Maybe we can tackle that another time. But for now, I think Lika is showing us that AI can be a good thing. It can help us communicate better, tell stories better, and share those stories with the world in new ways.
And that's something to be excited about.
Definitely.
All right, so we're back for the final part of our Lika deep dive. We've talked about how it works, the tech behind it, all that. But, why does this even matter for the listener?
Yeah, good point. It's easy to get lost in the shiny new toy, But the real question is, how does this change your life, your work?
Okay, so let's get practical for a second. Let's say you're someone who's always thought about using more video, but it just felt like too much, too complicated, too expensive.
Well, that's where Lika gets interesting, right? It takes away those roadblocks. You don't need to be Spielberg. You don't need a fancy camera. You don't need to spend a fortune.
We just need an idea.
Pretty much. And the willingness to try things out.
It reminds me of when blogging first became a thing, or social media. Suddenly anyone could do it.
Yeah, and it opened up so many possibilities.
Exactly.
And I think, with those things, there will be a learning curve.
Oh, for sure.
Even with AI doing a lot of the work, you still need to think about what you're saying, who you're talking to, what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah, it's not magic.
Right. But it's a powerful tool to communicate better, tell better stories, and connect with people.
Yeah. I think it's exciting that Lika can empower people. We think of video as this corporate thing, but this puts the power in anyone's hands.
I agree.
Teachers making lessons, entrepreneurs pitching ideas, artists showcasing their work.
Anyone.
The possibilities are pretty wild.
And think about it. The AI is only going to get better, more intuitive, easier to use. What seems crazy now will be normal soon.
So are we saying everyone should run out and buy Lika, start making videos like crazy?
I don't know about that. I think
Yeah.
the first step is just being aware of what's happening, understanding how these technologies are changing things,
Yeah.
and then think about how you can use it to your advantage.
Whether you're already a pro or just starting out, the key is to adapt. to learn, embrace the change.
The future belongs to those who are willing to, to keep up.
That's a good way to put it.
And who knows, maybe the next viral video will be made by someone using Lika at their kitchen table. That's what's cool about this. It's giving everyone a shot.
That's a great note to end on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Lika. Hopefully you learned something new and you're feeling inspired to explore the world of AI and content creation. Until next time, keep creating.